Sure. It's good to win for sure. That's what the goal was today, is to get a win. And you come to a game like this, and expectations are all over the place, right? You're playing a team that you hammered pretty good the year before, and if you look at college football all across the country, it's wild, right? And so we made a lot of mistakes today. The penalties some of those were critical. All of a sudden, you look up and you're down 3 defensive backs, and it's hard to argue. I mean, we got to tackle properly. And kids are trying to be physical, but we certainly got to do a little better job there. And felt like we defensively just had a couple instances where in 3rd and long we didn't get off the field. Even one of those I think was a penalty as well. So. I really like their quarterback. I thought that kid played good. He's a player. I mean, he could play in our league no problem. He did a nice job just making plays. And I thought they did a good job coaching. They had their kids ready to go. I think we're going to turn on the film and see a lot of good stuff, and we're going to turn on the film and see mistakes that really kind of kept the game, it was really competitive. So we separated in the second half. Obviously, it was big to score right before the half and then get the ball right back and score right out of the gates and get a little separation. When you look at us offensively, we do some good things, but then we have lulls sometimes, and we've got to continue to improve on that. And then defensively, we got to get our a little confidence back, just because playing Ole Miss, that shakes you up a little bit. Just our defense has really been playing some good ball. Last year in the first game they played outstanding. So some of it's just getting your mojo back a little bit, believing you're going to make plays. I thought sometimes we got a little hesitant when they threw the ball down the field, just because I don't know if we were worried we were going to get targeting, if we were aggressive, but we got to go get the ball some more there. But ultimately, we got it done, and I'm never going to apologize for winning. I'm certainly going to find a lot of things on film I'm going to have to correct, and as a staff we're going to have to correct. And we got an open week. We can really work hard on some things, and so we're going to do that. We're going to evaluate and just continue to try to get better every way we can, put together a good plan. It'll be exciting to, you look around what'd you say, Western beat Samford pretty soundly. I mean, so it's just this league is every week. So that's what we're getting ready to run that gauntlet. And, every week you gotta put 3 hours together of pretty good football to give yourself a good chance. So we're excited to get in the SoCon and see what we can do.
Do you think you know what the 2020 going in the just finished non-conference play? Do you have a good idea what this 2023 Mercer football team looks like yet, or you feel like you're still climbing?
I mean, every year you evolve throughout the season. We've always evolved. You never know kind of where, especially schematically, offensively, you try to evolve into what this team, really does well. And obviously, we know some of the players, but you always want to try to just continue to build. Right? This is what we did this week. How do we build off of that and give a different look? Or, but really, it's still execution, being able to run our base stuff, and we'll see. You got a new quarterback this year. I know he was a player a couple years ago, but he'll continue to improve every week the more he plays. It's felt like he took pretty good care of the ball today. There's a couple of decisions where maybe he should give it instead of pulling it. There's little things that are gray area that he's going to get more and more comfortable with. Looked like Al had some nice runs in there, really ran physical, and we broke some tackles today. So we had explosion plays. That's one good thing offensively that we hadn't had the first 2 weeks. I think we're going to meet our explosion play goal for this. We had 49 plays in the game. That's shocking. I know the first half, I don't know if we had even, 18 plays or something like that. I can't remember. So some of that has to do with the way the clock is now, when they don't stop the clock. But some of it was just we scored quickly, and then we kind of let them stay on the field a little bit. So we need to have more offensive plays. But when you only have 49 offensive plays and when we have 48 points, I guess it's not too bad.
Sorry, they have an ambulance out there on the field. Oh, wow. So, man, I collapsed out there. Let's talk about Ty James. Just broke the school record.
Mm-hmm.
He was emotional. I mean, he was in
Sure.
here. He was emotional being here, and said, just came up after the game and just told you how much he appreciates. What have you seen Ty James grow and what he's mean for this football team?
Well, Ty's had a heck of a career. I mean, he's been a 4-year guy. He transferred from Georgia, and he's had big games. I think he cares about his teammates. I think he cares about being a good football player here at Mercer. Certainly, owning that record and still with a lot of games left, that's pretty special. And he's got a pretty good running mate out there, in number one. And but that you could see how much it meant to Ty to get that record. And it wasn't all about him though, too. It wasn't a me thing or a selfish thing. It was an appreciation thing. But he certainly has made a lot of plays for us.
I agree. Being back in Five Star Stadium, first home game of the year, how did it feel to be back home this week?
Good. I thought we had a great crowd. Gosh, what is it now? Midnight? I don't even know what time it is.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm just glad. I mean, thank God the weather kind of held off for us, and it's a fun place to play. I mean, it was the Bear Walk. That was the most people we'd seen on Blackfield, and just the whole Bear Walk. It was a lot of people. And that means a lot to these kids, and please keep coming back. This is a team I think you can get behind and you can root for. It means a lot. It means a lot. So this is a fun place to be on a Saturday in the fall. I think you need to keep coming back.
Just not 7 o'clock games.
Yeah, we'll argue all day about that. Let's play the next one at like 4.
That sounds good. Anything else? Todd, do you have anything?
Coach, the offense tonight, I know you'd like to see a little bit more of your offense in comparison to the first 2 games. Is it games like this that sort of gets them going a little bit?
You hope so. You hope you kind of find some things getting in a groove. We just hadn't, like I said, the main thing offensively, the first week we just didn't have any explosion plays. We did some good things, and we had more explosion plays versus Ole Miss. And had probably 3 explosion plays versus Ole Miss called back. I think we had a lineman downfield on one, and had another, and then we dropped it. So we kind of had some opportunities there, and then tonight to kind of break through on some of those things. We need to have what we are offensively is having those. Explosion play for us is either a 12-yard rush, at least a 12-yard rush, or a 16-yard reception. And our goal is to have 10 of those a game. That's a pretty lofty goal, but at the same time, we got some explosive players. So some of it is breaking a tackle. See, Al broke some tackles. That leads to that. Ty was hard to tackle when he caught the ball. Dev was hard to tackle when he caught the ball. If we'll block the right people and get our guys to the safeties, then you got to break a tackle, and that's what gets you there. So I thought we probably had 3 times as many broken tackles in this game as we did the first 2 combined. I would think. I have to go back and look, but I would imagine so.
I know the media was asking you about this on Monday, but what sort of, from Monday until now, what sort of excitement do you see from your kids that they're going to play in Five Star Stadium?
Oh, they love playing at home. Yeah. They do. I mean, it's a great atmosphere, and at this level, you're not going to find much better. But I just want our kids to be excited about playing, just playing. Don't worry. It's great to have this, but heck, some of the teams I've had were better on the road because they just kind of felt like it was them against the world. Whatever motivates you, whatever, however you want to see it, anytime you get a chance to go play, man, you need to go out there and compete your tail off, and you need to put it on film, put your best stuff on film, and so it's great to play at home, but shoot, it's just great to play.
How much, with the bye week coming up, how much does your preparation and what you put into practice change maybe over the next 2 weeks? I know you got a big opponent coming up.
Yep.
What does the
Well,
bye week look for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, this is early in the season. Knowing you want to continue. We got to put the hammer down a little bit. We got to put our foot on the gas, and we got to practice and continue fundamentally to get better. And continue to trust what's being taught. And some of that's just the glue drying, right? It becomes your habit. So we got to solidify some of those habits. So we got to work. I mean, we got to go out and hit each other, and you can't worry about everybody. We're getting your legs back on you. They'll have next weekend off. We need to practice, and we need to get better.
Ty, you came here, you transferred here from Georgia. Did you expect that a few years later you'd be breaking the school receiver record?
Nah, I can't say I didn't, When I found out I broke the record, first thing I went in the locker room and I just thanked Coach Cronic. I thanked him for giving me a second chance to play football. So just knowing that, he's been able to have that trust in me and help me develop throughout time is just, it means a lot from a player to see their coach believe in me like that. I'm kind of still going through the emotions right now, but no, yeah, that's big.
Man, I can tell you, I don't care if he edits it out, man, how proud I am of you and just see your growth.
I appreciate
Talking
that
about
a lot.
growth, how do you feel like you've grown? Because coach is so much more than what's on the field. How have you grown as a man over these last few years being a part of this?
Yeah, honestly, my maturity has just, it's skyrocketed. I always felt like I had that raw football talent, but, when I got in here, it was kind of some, behavioral things, not in a bad nature, but just like immaturity, if it's supposed to be 5 minutes early, I'm coming in 3 minutes early, kind of like, oh, well, I'm still early, so,
right.
But, Coach Harris and Coach Cronic, they've just kind of molded me throughout this process, throughout these 4 years, and, Coach Harris, I told him, he's like my brother, man, I don't want to tear up. There's a lot of emotions, but I told Coach Harris, I was like, you like my brother, I want that guy at my wedding, and Coach Cronic, that's like a second father to me, I told him too. I said, I love you, Coach. Thank you for everything you did for me.
I can tell you how proud I am of you, and just.
I appreciate it.
No, man, it's awesome to see somebody like you have success, and just to see your growth. So I'm really proud of you.
That means a lot, man. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, back first game, home game at 5-Star Stadium. How do you feel being back home?
Oh, man, it was great. The crowd was rocking. We got off to a rough start, but, the crowd stayed with us, and, they were patient enough for us to pick it back up, and, we finished off kind of how we know we can, and, rocky start, but just finishing and seeing that we can be that final product was big for us.
Non-conference play is over, 2-1, going into conference play. Going into a bye week, going into conference play, how do you kind of reset right now to get ready for the SoCon, one of the toughest conferences?
Right. The timing couldn't be better, honestly. We get this week to kind of heal up our bodies, fix whatever mistakes we had, and then we get next week to only focus on our next opponent. And, that's a game we dropped last year, so we've been looking forward to that one. We've had that one circled. We're looking to get that one back. So, this timing couldn't have been better.
Anything else you want to say after this game you had? 5 catches, I think 146 yards, and a touchdown, but breaking the record. Anything else you want to close out?
Just thank you to Mercer, just everybody that's been involved in the process, it's been a lot for me, and, I'm appreciative, man. I'm thankful for it.
We're proud of you. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
it.
Thank you.
Dev, back home, 5-Star Stadium. How did it feel to be back?
Felt great, man. I love the energy. Fans, just the most we've had in a long time, and it just felt great. We needed this, though. We needed this. We definitely needed this, get back on our feet. I'm just ready for my home games to come. I like the energy. I'm ready for them.
Good. How was this game after last week's Ole Miss? How did it feel being back here and playing this one?
And honestly, it felt good. It really did. I just feel like we left a lot out there. We left a lot out there that we could have, capitalized on, and it could have been a better game, higher score. But hey, we got stuff to learn from. This will help us, just like Ole Miss State. We have stuff to learn from, so we're gonna try to take this, learn from this, so we can go into Furman.
Walk us through that punt return that you had house call.
Man, honestly, I was just waiting to see if either that long snapper was gonna get too close to me, and I was gonna have to fair catch it. But I seen that he gave me at least 5 to 6 yards. When I caught it, I knew I could beat him left. He kind of attacked my right hip a little bit too hard. So when I came back across field, there was three of the guys penetrating too much to their sideline, and I just stopped, turned up. They couldn't stop their feet in time. And I knew after you get the momentum, everybody flowing one way, you can just take it. So I just felt good. I knew I had it after that.
We're good. We're going into a bye week. You feel like this is a time where you need for a bye week?
Honestly, I do feel like it is time for one, really so we can realize, who we are. We need to find out who we really are, man. We gotta have some people to believe. We gotta believe that we need this week to really get closer to each other. Like, we could be a good football team. We are, and it's just little things that's holding us back, and we gotta understand that you gotta fight for your brother, from the front, left, back, like Coach Cole say, man. You gotta fight for them, and it's like that chemistry. We just gotta get it a little bit more better. Like, we're not all the way there yet, and we still young, got stuff to learn, but it's to the point where I don't want it to get too late.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to, this week we really need to come together and make sure we get everything right.
You and your man, Ty James, both 100-yard receiving tonight. It feel good to be back in there and both of y'all getting the ball and getting in the end zone?
Definitely, anything with him, man, it's going to feel great. Hey, if he go for 200, I go for anything. Hey, that right there get me in my mode. It get me going. If I see him doing good, it's no jealousy thing. It's okay. He doing this. All right, let me help him out. Let me lock in and do this for him too. So it's more of that. We hold each other to a high expectation. If he do something good, it ain't no stopping. It ain't no wait on me to do something. No, you keep on going. If you go for 4 tubs, go for them. So it's just that, and I feel like we both got that same energy. Any person who go off, we scoring, we doing good, and we're gonna show you, and we're gonna keep that love going. That's just how we is, man.
I love it. All right, man. So Ken, after last week, come back, play Morehead State. How do you feel like the defense performed?
I feel like we took a step forward, but it's still a lot of steps to take. There still was maybe some misassignments. We're really assignment-based football, and you got to be locked in and dialed in on each play. So I do think we took some steps forward, but I think we can get so much better. I don't think we played our best ball yet.
No, I agree with that. What was the goal in here? Y'all usually try to shut down the run. Was that the goal going into it?
Yes, sir. We always that's a big emphasis on our defense. We pride ourselves on stopping the run first and forcing offenses to throw the ball. And I felt like we did that for the most part. I think they might have had a couple runs pop, but I feel like we did that for the most part, stopping the run, making them one-dimensional.
Yeah, did you, it seemed like just there was some penalties in there. Did that affect the defense much or anything?
It kind of put us in some bad situations, but as a defense, we got to do a better job at bowing up, having a bend, don't break mentality as far as things are not going to go your way all the time, and just being able to, when your back's against the wall in those situations, stand up and don't let the offense progress any further.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. All right, going into a bye week, what does this bye week mean to you and the team? Or you feel like y'all in a good spot to be able to ready for a bye week after these first 3 games?
I think we're in a good spot. We got Furman coming up. I think this bye week is gonna allow us to learn from this game, correct our mistakes, and really get dialed in on what Furman is doing schematically.
How was it being back in Five Star Stadium?
I mean, it was great. We had a great turnout. The Bear Walk was tremendous. Fans everywhere. It was great to be back after those 2 first away games. It seemed like we hadn't been here forever.
So we're good, man. Appreciate you. Go see your family, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.